Sorry about that, y'all. As soon as the music stopped playing, my doorbell rang. My bad, my bad, my bad, my bad. I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Hey, boo. Hey, hey, hey. All right. I'm going to address everybody in a second. Give me a quick second. Oh, Lord. Ooh. My doorbell rang. I had to, as soon as the bell started ringing. Okay. As soon as the music stopped. All right, you guys. Happy Sunday. Dang, it's not Sunday. Happy Saturday to everybody. So, oh boy. I was going to do this Chris Brown live last night. I told my mods, I said, I'm trying to do better with letting y'all know when I'm going live. I said, I'm going to go live and talk about Chris Brown at 10:30. And then I didn't, because at 10:30, I was tired and I was happy and excited. And I just wanted to end the night there. So for those who do not know, we hit 10K last night. Yes, we hit it. We hit it. We hit it. Listen, I've been chasing 10K for 2 years. I have been chasing 10K for 2 years. I'm so happy. And I know for some people, they're like, 10K, that's not a lot. That ain't nothing. For me, it's everything. Okay. Double-digit subscribers. Well, you know what I mean? Double-digit. You know what I'm saying? It is everything. Okay. Let me say hi to everybody as you guys are coming in. Hey, Cool Gamer. Hey, little baby. Melly, what's up, Keisha? Hey, 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 Lemon Kush. Lady of Virtue, Janae. Thank you, Janae. You had the student subscriber. That was incredible. Look, thank you. Listen, teamwork make the dream work. Hey, Sharice. Keep it cute. What's up, J12, a.k.a. Sharice Woods, Tam Bryce. Hey, Creative Diva Vovo. Hey, my love. What's up, Cookie? Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, thank you. Paul Brantley, thank you. Scott. Hey, Scotty. He ain't here being shady. First thing up on it. Hey, Professor STD. Hey, hey, hey. Bossy Don Diva. Hey, Starbell. Hey, everybody, as you guys are coming in. KFS, what's up? What's up? What's up? So, first of all, we'll have a formal celebration sometime next week. I don't know yet. I have to look at my schedule and figure it out. It's going to probably be Thursday or Friday, but do not lock me into that. I know I can't do it Monday because, we have the whether you like it or not panel, and that's the first week of the reunion for the Real Housewives of Potomac. I can't do it Tuesday night because I do the Ready to Love reunion. Ready to Love panel. So Wednesday, I have something to do Wednesday. Right now, it's not clicking, but in my mind, I know I have something to do Wednesday. I think for work. So it'll be Thursday or Friday, and it may be Wednesday. It'll just be late, like maybe at 8:00 instead of like my regular time. But we're definitely going to celebrate because y'all know I've been chasing it. I've been chasing it. So we are definitely going to celebrate. I want to give a shout out over this last week. Y'all know I needed to get over this hump. I needed, like at the beginning of the week, I needed like 170 subscribers or something at the beginning of the week. So I want to shout out Pam, the Law Intellect Esquire, who shouted me out on her panel. On her live. I think she did a live one day this week. She did a live, and I had talked to her, and she was like, "Oh, girl, I'm gonna shout you out." And she waited till she had like 200 people in her room, and she shouted me out. And people subscribed. People did come over and subscribe. So if you're here by recommendation of Pam, thank you, thank you, thank you. I want to shout out Sabrina Soul, who I do the Ready to Love panel with. Again, there were over 200 people in her chat when she shouted me out, and she also put it on her community wall. And definitely last night, Conscious TV came over. We had a good time, a good conversation. We had almost 300 people in the room. A lot of those people came from him, and he shouted me out. And then he went on his live last night, and he shouted me out again. He had it up on his screen and everything. So everybody has helped me get to that point. But to get over that hump this last week, I just want to thank the people, the content creators who pushed and got me that, those last 100, and it was like 170 or something like that I needed. So thank you guys so much. And again, if you are here by recommendation of any other content creator, I thank you for being here. I hope that you stay. And we have a good time over here. What's up, D-Spot? What's up, boo? Official D Spot. I don't know. You done went over to TikTok. I feel like D Spot is focusing more on his content on TikTok and he's uploading the shorts. But he's another content creator. He does a lot of the mukbangs. He reviews products and things like that. Y'all check out Official D Spot. And thank you again. So we're gonna definitely have a party. Y'all know we're gonna have a party. I'm gonna invite some people over. We're gonna open up the platform and all that good stuff. So we'll get to that. But again, thank you. I could not ignore the elephant in the room. Before we get into this Chris Brown situation, I do have an unboxing. And let me tell y'all what happened with this daggone unboxing, y'all. So, once you finish live, I'm going to watch Larry Reid versus everybody since I was at Lil Duval and Donnell Jones' show last night, and I was so disappointed with Donnell Jones. You were disappointed with Donnell Jones? I'm disappointed in Lil Duval. Did y'all see those tweets? I need to have a conversation about them tweets that Lil Duval. Then again, Lil Duval is always saying ish that he's very manosphere-ish. But yeah, go back and look at the video, girl. We had a good time. It was a good conversation. And again, even if you didn't agree with the content, we had a good conversation. So we're gonna open this box real quick. I think I know what's in it. I'm almost certain I know what's in it. And then I'm gonna tell y'all real quick what had happened. So y'all know a couple of weeks ago, I came down here. Let me make sure this is what I think it is before I tell the story. I came down here and I told y'all how much I wanted. Yep, this is what I think it is. Remember, a couple of weeks ago, I came down here and I told y'all how much I wanted the Karen Huger 4-wick candle. And I told y'all it was on sale for 50%, and I was asking for the donations. Remember, I was asking for the donations. No, it was regular, whatever it was. And y'all know I don't hardly ever ask y'all for nothing. I don't come down here asking y'all for nothing. But I was asking for donations because that candle was $100-something, but I really wanted it. And then it went on sale for 50% off. And then Kenneth just gone and gave me the whole thing. And I was like, thank you, boo. And then some of y'all other people contributed to it. So I ordered the candle, right? Now, y'all know I've been dealing with this 12 days of Christmas fiasco situation. Again, I will address it in the members only live because the members were the ones that won the gifts. But you know how when you order something and you change your address to that person's address under, I don't know if it was under PayPal or whatever I ordered it under. So when I ordered my Karen candle, it went to a subscriber, right? So she sent me an email and she said, oh my gosh, Really B, this is so nice. This is such an extravagant gift. You sent me the Grand Dame's candle. And when I first read it, it didn't even click because I had sent her candles. That was her gift. Her gift was candles. So I didn't even think about it. I was like, yeah, girl, you good. Thank you for being a member. And then I clicked, I said, the Grand Dame. I said, whoa. So she had my candle because when I sent her candles, the address never changed. So when I ordered my candle, it mailed it to her. So thank you to the subscriber. You know who you are. And I told you I would pay you for the shipping. You never told me how much I owed you, but I told you I would pay you to mail it to me. But she mailed me my candle and I got it today because I was wondering, I said, why is it taking so long for my candle to get here? So here is my Grand Dame 4-wick candle from La Dame. Y'all know how I love me. Y'all know how much I love La Dame. I'm about to drop the thing. That is my 4-wick. You see them 4 wicks? This is my La Dame 4-wick candle. So thank you to my subscribers who bought it for me. Thank you to the subscriber who mailed it to me. And now I'm scared to burn it. Child, that's a lot of money to be burning. I'm scared to burn it. But I will. I'm going to take some pictures and post it on my Instagram and tag Karen in it. Okay. So there's that. Lord. In the meantime, I'm burning my Bath and Body Works candle. Okay. Hey, Chloe. What's up? DC Kool-Aid and Lisa. How you guys doing? Hey. Thank you, Chloe. Listen, we on the road to 20K. We try to get there, girl. Let me enjoy 10K first, but we try to get there. Oh, you know what? It smells good. I've smelled it. I have the 2-wick one. I bought the 2-wick one last year when it came out. So I have the 2-wick one. It's good. The 2-wick one is good. I mean, it smells good. I don't know how to describe it, but I like it. It's called Bohemian Rhapsody. And it really gives, for me, it gives me like an island vibe. sort of like a, I don't know how, see, this is gonna sound crazy when I say this, like a perfumey island vibe. Like it's not that slam you in your face island vibe. Like it's not like, oh, I can smell pina colada. It's not that, but it's very light. It does have a light perfumey smell to it, but I don't know how to describe it, child. Go to Ladam, Karen Huger's website. I think it's ladam.com, I think. LADAMM. Hold on, let me see if I can find the invoice. Here it is right here. Oh no, that's her Instagram. There it is right there. www.ladamfragrance.com. That's it right there. So y'all go ahead and screenshot it. That's it right there. www.ladamfragrance.com. And she's got all kinds. I mean, she's got, well, I can say all kinds of stuff, but she's got the candle, she's got the roller, she's got the actual perfume, all that. But I like it. I like the candle. I don't know. I think I would like it I think I would like the perfume. Because it's light. It's definitely a summer. It's a summer vibe. It's a summer vibe. Anyway, child, let me get into it. The people going to be complaining in my comments about something. It take her too long to get to the point. She too much talking. Anyway, child, let's get to it. So listen, let's talk about Chris Brown for a second. So if y'all haven't been paying attention, Chris Brown has been in a little bit of a kerfuffle the last maybe 24 hours dealing with him really trying to outrun his past, right? And I think yesterday was just mad day. And he just was like, you know what? I'm sick of it. Because y'all know there was a whole controversy about him doing the song with Chloe from Chloe Haley. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Beyonce's proteges. Her album is coming out and she has a song with Chris Brown. Well, immediately the internet blew up when she announced that she did this song with Chris Brown, and they were like, why would she do that? She's ruining her career. How could she do that? Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Why? Boo, yada, yada, yada. And so a lot of people are like, you have two different people. Either you have people that are on the side of what's the big deal? Why are people tripping? It's just a song that was 20 years ago. Or you have people that are like, I don't know why she would do that. She ruining her career. He ain't no good. Boom, boom, boom. And I'm going to be honest with y'all for about 0.2 seconds, because that's about how long it took me to remember. For about 0.2 seconds, I actually said the same thing. I was like, y'all, it was 20. And then I caught myself in mid-20. I caught myself because then I remembered, you know what? It's not this one incident. It's not the one situation that happened with him and Rihanna, because he was like, y'all mad about something I did when I was 17 years old and a mistake I made when I was 17 years old. So here's what I'm going to say to Mr. Brown. If it were that one time when you were 17, because I didn't realize he was that young. I didn't realize he was only 17. But if it were the one incident when you were 17 years old, I probably would be like, all right, y'all, it's time for us to let this go. But, sir, you have continued to exhibit violent behavior towards women for the last 20, 30 years, however long it is. Okay? Riri might have been your first public, because I ain't going to say first because we don't know, but she had maybe been your first public situation. But, sir, you have a whole list. And let me just give y'all an example. I found this article online. I think I've read through this article before, but I found this article online. I'm just going to give y'all some of his, I was going to say greatest hits, but that would be a bad, I wouldn't want to say hit. I'm going to just give y'all some of his top 10, okay? So first of all, we know that the encounter with Rihanna was in February of 2019. It was Grammy weekend. Here is a quote directly from the police report. And I'm not going to show the pictures because I will not put those pictures out there of Rihanna with that. But the pictures are out there. Robin F., which is Rihanna's real name. Y'all know she's Robin Fenty. turned to face Brown, and he punched her in the left eye with his right hand. He then drove away in the vehicle and continued to punch her in the face with his right hand while steering the vehicle with his left hand. The assault caused Robin F's mouth to fill with blood and blood to splatter all over her clothing in the interior of the vehicle. Brown looked at Robin F and stated, "I'm going to beat the out of you when we get home. You wait and see." That is what started all of this. Now, you guys, some of y'all are younger and y'all don't remember the backlash that happened. But, you know, at the time, Chris Brown was like America's sweetheart. It was before the tattoos and all of that. And he really hadn't had any bad press. He was doing double mint commercials and, you know, he was doing movies and stuff. He was America's sweet, the little new Michael Jackson, right? He was going to be the reincarnate of the Michael Jackson, okay? Let me read to you guys some things that have happened since that incident. He smashed a window and stormed off the set of Robin Roberts' interview when she asked him about the charge in 2011. That was 3 years later. Why are you still smashing windows 3 years later? Okay. He stole a woman's phone after she took a photo of him. That's not a big deal. He shoved a woman to the ground at a nightclub, leaving torn ligaments in her right knee. That was June of 2013. He had a third-degree assault report filed after a woman was forcibly ejected from his tour bus after she refused to give up her phone. That was September of 2015. Okay. His female tour manager claimed he threatened her with a brutal physical attack. That was May of 2016. His former girlfriend, Karichi Tran, won a 5-year restraining order against him. Tran shared threatening texts and voicemail messages from the singer in court. That was in 2017. He was detained in LAPD following a standoff at his home where a woman accused him of threatening her with a weapon after showing up to his home in 2018. Now, you can't be showing up to people's house, but I'm just reading through the list. He was hit with a $20 million lawsuit accusing him of drugging and assaulting a woman, physically assaulting a woman on a yacht. Now, he was since cleared of those. He was since cleared of that. In a yacht in Miami in 2020. The lawsuit alleged names of the victim of Jane Doe, who was a professional musician and choreographer. Now, I do believe that those charges were cleared. Okay. But I'm reading all of these things to say, sir, it's not one incident. Thank you. This is Juvia's Place. It's Juvia's Place. Where'd I put it? Where'd I put my lip gloss? I just had it because I just put it on. Oh, here it is right here. It's Juvia's Place. It's like clear lip gloss, but it's got like a red, like a pink tint to it. It's called, can't read it. So Glazed. I think this might be from the Berries collection. I'm not sure. So, sir, I'm saying this to say that people are not being ridiculous. Now, here's what I am going to say. If you choose to work with Chris Brown, that's your business. Because we as consumers have a choice about whether we are going to support your decision. You understand what I'm saying? You can go out here and do a duet with R. Kelly if you want to, but it's up to us as the consumers to say whether we are going to support your decision. You understand how that works? People can make whatever decision they want to make as it relates to their career and their art. But if you are in the entertainment field, then we have a decision to make about whether we choose to support it. And whether you make money off of it is our way of letting you know that was a bad decision and we're not here to support it. That don't mean that we are canceling Chloe. That doesn't mean somebody said Normani did the same thing. That don't mean we're going to cancel Normani. That doesn't mean we're going to do any of those things. What that does mean is me as a consumer is saying to you as the artist, I'm not cool with this decision you made. And I understand Chris's frustration in saying, damn. Because in his mind, he is feeling like the only reason why people are still mad at him is because of what he did at 17 years old to Rihanna. But sir, it's your resume. It's not one bad decision. It's your resume, sir. Your resume is speaking for you. Your resume is speaking volumes. It's your resume, sir. Right, exactly. We choose to support or not to support. Exactly. And so the reality is, unfortunately, and we've had this conversation before, unfortunately, we as consumers have short memories. And I think what's frustrating Chris Brown is in this situation, our memories are long. We ain't letting that go. You know what I'm saying? We're not letting it go. The memory is long. But the reason why the memory is long is because you keep doing shit. What do I always tell y'all when people get these scandals? What do I always tell y'all? Maybe he was 20. I'm just telling you what the tweet said. The tweet said he was 27. His statement on Instagram said he was 17. Maybe he was 19. I didn't do the math. I'm only going by what he said. But the reality of the situation is, I tell y'all all the time, when people get in these scandals, if they go sit down somewhere and shut up for a minute and let people forget about them and forget about what happened, people in most cases can overcome anything. People can overcome anything. Look, I mean, celebrity-wise. Look at these celebrities, politicians, whatever. If y'all let people forget and move on to, because our attention spans are short because we're in this 24-hour news cycle mindset. Now, 20 years ago, when major scandals happened and we weren't constantly barraged with every little situation that happened in somebody's life. If the Kardashians break a toenail on the red carpet, it's on TMZ, right? If our brains weren't so filled with all this unnecessary bullish, then scandals probably would last a lot longer. But because we are constantly being given a new scandal, a new story, a new situation, a new, our brain, we push that stuff to the back. Have y'all noticed what I've noticed? Now, I know y'all don't watch celebrity news, maybe like I watch celebrity news, but y'all notice that Tiffany Haddish back outside? Anybody notice that Tiffany Haddish is back outside? I noticed that Tiffany Haddish is back outside. She was at the Super Bowl, at a couple of parties at Super Bowl. I saw her pictured. She was even on the red carpet somewhere. Maybe about 2 weeks ago, she was at an event or something. I said, oh, she quietly, slowly but surely, she's coming back outside. And y'all heard what Will Packer said. Will Packer said that he's going to do Girls Trip 2, and he can't do it without Tiffany Haddish. That's going to be the comeback. Girls Trip 2 is going to be her comeback. She's going to do Girls Trip 2. It's going to probably be a hit. I would say probably it's going to be a hit. As much of a sequel as a hit. And then her phone going to start ringing again. And then her phone is going to start ringing again. Yeah, he might have been 19. I'm only telling y'all what he said. He said he was 17. So add liar to it. Because he said he was 17 when the Rihanna situation happened. I didn't sit down and pull his birth certificate and do the math. Honestly, I didn't. I'm just going by what he said because I really don't remember. I remember when it happened, but I don't remember how old that child was. I remember the time he got allegedly affiliated with gangs shortly after and then continued his shenanigans he was doing on a lot of roguish things. Yeah, I mean, remember his neighbors were complaining about him because he was throwing all these crazy parties. Like, he's been out there. Definitely not ever forgetting the photos of Rihanna after Chris beat her. If that was my daughter, I would still be under the jail. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. So again, I'm not saying we should. I'm not telling nobody in this room what they should and should not do as it relates to Chris Brown. We just talking about Chris Brown. Right, exactly, correct. And that's what Will Packer said. Will Packer said, I'm not doing it without her. I mean, the reality is they can do it without her, but it ain't gonna be, it ain't gonna hit. It just ain't gonna hit. Tiffany Haddish was the breakout star in Girls Trip 2. It ain't gonna hit. They can't replace her because nobody is going to give that energy to the character that she gave. And they can't not have her in it because 90% of what happened to them in the movie is because of her. 90% of all the shenanigans that went down in the movie is because of her. So yeah, no, it ain't gonna work without her. And Will Packer did already say he ain't doing it without her. Unless the only way Will Packer does it without her, no, I'm gonna say this. Either two things are gonna happen. Either she's in it or or there's no sequel. Because I do believe that Will Packer won't do it without her. But if the studio comes to him and says, "Hey, we'll green light it, but we're not gonna green light it with Tiffany Haddish," then I feel like he'll leave it on the floor. And I do believe that. I believe Will Packer will leave it on the table. He has enough projects. I believe he will leave it on the table. Now that's my opinion. I don't know Will Packer, but that's my opinion. That he will leave it on the table. But Rihanna went back to him not once but twice. Well, what does that have to? I mean, but that don't have nothing to do with how I feel about it. Hey, Ebbs. You know, Rihanna went back to him. I didn't remember the second time, but I know she went back to him the first time. I know they became friends and they did that song "Birthday" together. It's your birthday, cake, cake, cake. I remember that, but I didn't know they had gotten back together. I just thought they were in the studio doing music, but it doesn't matter. Again, her decision to forgive him ain't got nothing to do with me. That's like if my sister is in an abusive relationship and she chooses to take that man back, I ain't gotta accept it. I don't have to invite him to my house for the family dinner. I don't have to hang out with them. I tell her how I feel. If she's clear on how I feel, he's clear on how I feel about him, and it's a wrap. I can't do nothing about what she decided to do. So Kelly Williams from 3LW, you know, she been on Chris Brown's arse. Okay, she has tweeted a couple of times about Chris Brown, and so she tweeted again yesterday or posted on Instagram, whatever, child, about Chris Brown. And you know, let me see if I have it here. I think my producer sent it to me, child. Let me go to my notes. And let me find out. Tracy was counting down. So Kelly said, what she said was 15 minutes to learn because Carlos King doesn't want to see me win. Oh no, thank you for being so. Okay, no, that's something else. That ain't what she said, child. Chris Brown commented under her quote, "whack as F," and then this was after she said, "Okay, hold on, I got the response. Hold on. Let me see if I can find what she said first. I can't find what she said at first, but she basically made another negative comment about Chris Brown and us not supporting Chris Brown. So Chris Brown went under her comments. Remember that video she posted a couple of weeks ago with her doing the choreography to her new song? And he wrote "whack as F," F-U-C-K. Then he wrote "choo choo" and called her Miss Amtrak. Because y'all know the story came out about a month or so ago where she admitted that she done slept with all of the members of B2K except for one. So now he's, shaming her in reference to that. What's this? What? I'm sorry. Oh, that's something totally different. Okay. I'm sorry. I opened up my phone and then there's 20 things in my face. So then Chris Brown comes back and I do know I have this. So then Chris Brown comes back and he proceeds to go off about basically everybody who done him wrong, child. Wait a minute. Oh, I do have it right here. Kelly Williams said, he said, "I'm getting kind of tired of your broken promises. He's so petty." So then she said, "Let him come out with his own record, so genius, so captivating that it makes us all forget he beats women. He can't, so he won't. So what does that do?" So then that's when he started attacking her, right? Hold on, Lord, I can't read this far here right now. So then he says to her, "Either you are at a point in your life where either you are very broke or broken. The fact that you think you have to speak negatively on me about me makes you look so lame. Your life and career must suck right now. Minding your business would have been best, but I guess you don't have a business or a real job that makes you financially stable. I feel more embarrassed for you and your actual maturity." Then he posted a picture of her calling her a thought. So this is Kelly Williams' full statement. Let him come out with his own record. So genius, so captivating that it makes us all forget he beats women. He can't do it, so he won't. So what does he do? He slowly creeps back into the mainstream by getting small nods for features on Black Women's Merit. Black women who are more talented, more worthy, but give him the okay. I'm swatting the fucking air at garbage. So that is what the two of them was getting into yesterday. So then Chris Brown comes down and he says, he talks about how basically we're still beating up on him about what he did. Again, he keeps skipping over all the other stuff. He just keeps going back to Rihanna. He keeps going back to that. So he said, basically, y'all beat me up about what happened with Rihanna, but yet y'all turn into Zeus every week to watch Blueface and Krishan beat the shit out of each other, and it's entertainment. Now, on that one, he ain't wrong. He ain't wrong. He ain't wrong. So then Blueface responded, and here was Blueface's response.
Yeah, BTIP. What's happening, cuz? Look, check it out. I understand the frustration, fool. You know, for me being in the situation. I'm not even going to trip on you because the message you trying to send is way off. I get it, you know, but totally get it. If I can do anything ever. But the truth was the so he did too. You guys tell me that shit. It's like, bro, life don't work like that, man. You know, if we all crime together, we're not gonna get the same time again. You might get the most amount of time. We might not all say nothing, but we all went and did the crime, so we got to take the time. You hear me? You want some? You guys are gonna give me the most time, but they did it too. Like, judge, sentence. It's breezy.
What's funny is, again, I ain't mad at what Blueface said. Blueface was like, bruh, I understand why you trying to use me as an example, because you're right. If she hit me, it's funny, but if I hit her, then it's a whole situation. However, don't be coming over here. He said, you got the cards you were dealt. Don't come over here bringing that ish over to me. That don't have nothing to do with me, sir. That don't have nothing to do with me, sir. You stick over there with your situation. Don't bring me in your shit. Look, on that one, he ain't wrong with that either. Chris Brown, sir, your situation is your situation. Yes, is Blueface and Krishan a dysfunctional situation? Absolutely. That probably ain't going to end well. I've been saying that from the beginning. But, sir, what you don't get to do is deflect. You don't. You don't get to do that. You don't get to deflect. He had a black eye. Wait a minute. Hold on. He had a black eye in this. Wait a minute. Or are you just being funny?
It's breezy.
Well, he had on shades. Maybe he did have on black eye because he had on shades, child. So yeah, I'm listening and I say, well, maybe I need to come down here and talk to my people. Because like I said, y'all, it ain't take me but 0.02 seconds for me to be like, but what? No. And again, what you decide to do, what you decide to forgive, what you decide to say, okay, I like Chris Brown and I'm going to buy Chris Brown tickets and I'm going to take my kids to a Chris Brown concert and I'm going to play his video. That's your business. There was a whole lot of people still listening to R. Kelly trying to find excuses. Well, it's the person. It's not he's still a genius. It's the music. The music is separate from the... However you justify it in your mind is your business. I mean, however you choose to justify it in your mind. He continues to say that he beat the wrong girl, that Blueface, he got a girl who he beat and she will fight back. Yeah, and Krishan was in the background laughing while he was saying that. Listen, I can't deal with all the toxicity in one video. We done already dealt with the Blueface, Krishan toxic. I think I've done 2 videos on the toxic nature of them. I cannot with them. I can't deal with the toxicity that is them. I'm giving y'all all I got today with the Chris Brown and his toxicity. I cannot. But again, did I not say that last week? And I said, I know this is an unpopular opinion, but did I not say the same thing last week? That because of who Chris Brown put his hands on, it's part of the reason why this ain't going away. If Rihanna had turned out to be a one-hit wonder and we hadn't heard from her in 20 years and we were like, who was that? Y'all remember Rihanna? Damn, I wonder whatever happened to her. If that had been her story, the public, I ain't talking about the individuals in this room, but the public would have moved on a lot faster. But because she is Rihanna, because she has become this superstar, this billionaire, this mogul, yeah, it hit different. And we don't have to accept it. We don't have to like it, but that's our society. Our society is about who these victims are. Because y'all know, like I know, right, it's always fun till he going upside your head. Exactly. What happened to this pregnant child? Xavier, didn't Blueface mama tell you she wasn't pregnant? After I saw her deadlifting 350 pounds, I knew she wasn't pregnant. Because there's no reputable gym in the world that is going to let a pregnant woman deadlift 350 pounds. Blueface mom said that Blueface looked up to Chris and learned his behavior from Chris. Child, I'm not doing that. Mommy, you don't get to blame your child's behavior on Chris Brown. I'm sorry. I'm not going to accept that. I'm not. Because here's what I know. What I know is that incident between Chris Brown and Rihanna happened before Blueface ass was probably even born. Or if he was born, he was 5 or 6 years old, which means that he was still in your home and under your control and under your purview. There's no reason in the world why Chris Brown should have been somebody for him to look up to. How about that? I'm not doing that. And it is, listen, Luz, it is, and people don't have to accept it, but that is the society that we live in, and that is just the real of it. That is the society that we live in. So when you sit here and say to me, oh, well, the reason why my child is such a bad influence, and again, we're not talking about somebody where there were rumors. We think maybe it happened. We don't have the evidence. We're not sure. For example, let's use Ike and Tina Turner for an example. Again, back during the time when Ike and Tina Turner were together, it were rumors. You know, people who were in the music industry knew or heard the rumors and knew things. Of course, people in the band, that kind of thing. But the mainstream media did not know for certain that Ike Tina was beating the you-know-what out of Tina Turner. So if you were a child of the 60s and you grew up and you loved Ike Turner, you thought he was a talented musician, and therefore you introduced your children to Ike Turner's music, and you taught them, oh my gosh, Ike Turner, this man, he is a musical genius. And then you found out later, that's a different conversation because you raise your kids not knowing. But we knew. The pictures are still floating around on the internet. It was a very public incident. It happened Grammy weekend. I remember clearly. Because a lot of people, let me tell you something else. For those of you who remember Abby, I don't know who else here in my age group. I know Abby is. Abby, you remember, but Abby, you might not have been listening to secular music back then. But Abby, it was around, you would remember child shit. I don't know. But the media was getting ready to start that bull. The same thing they did to Meg Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez, they were doing with Rihanna and Chris Brown. They did the same thing. And it wasn't until them damn pictures came out that the tide turned, because everybody was saying, not Chris Brown. Because remember, I told y'all, this is before the tattoos. This is before any of that. He was America's sweetheart. Well, Black America. He was doing double mint commercials, and he had all these endorsement deals, and he was making that bubblegum music, and he was the next Michael Jackson because he could dance and he was cute and all of that, and they were doing the same thing. Oh my gosh, I don't believe it. How could, no, not Chris. He's such a sweet kid. Oh, well, what did she do? And I even had arguments with my friends. I remember I had arguments with my friends. Well, she's from the islands. They got tempers. You know how they are. Them women from the islands, they got tempers. And what did she do to him first? I mean, he was just defending himself. She admitted that she did hit him. She admitted that they were arguing. And it wasn't until those pictures came out. And once those pictures came out, that's when the tide turned. But prior to those pictures coming out, they was trying to do the same thing in that situation that they did, that ended up happening to Tory and Meg. The same thing. And that's why I say it's about the victim. Had those pictures never come out, mofos would still be debating, I should say. And Chris Brown would not have gotten shunned the way he did. The same way Tory Lanez didn't get shunned. Tory Lanez was still making features, and he was still running around and deny until motherfuckers heard that jailhouse call. And there's still some people that's defending him. But a lot of y'all heard that jailhouse call, and y'all were like, oh, wait a minute. Rihanna admitted to hitting him, but those pictures proved that what he did was excessive. It wasn't self-defense. That was excessive use of force towards the level. Absolutely. It was excessive. And I remember even when those pictures came out, I was still arguing with people. I said, listen, if she hit him, I ain't saying that he didn't have a right to defend himself or hit her back. He was driving a car, and that was a dangerous situation. I'm not going to argue that. But what those pictures show was that was well beyond defending himself, in my opinion. I remember having conversations with my friends. They blamed her till those pictures. And me too, Lady Virtue. Me too. Until those pictures came out, they were still running around here defending him. And I never forget, they were like, well, she's from the islands. So, they got tempers. Thank you, Montrez. Thank you, my love. People everywhere were in an uproar. There was a huge, absolutely. And so maybe that's why, my attitude with the Tory Lanez thing off the break was what it was, because I remember that. I remember that happening. And I was like, so this woman, because, I think people forget that Riri's career was just climbing as well. Why would she even do that? Like, again, he's America's sweetheart. Everybody loves Chris Brown. And they were the cutest couple. Everybody thought they were so cute together. Oh, they're so cute. Oh. They went to all the magazines, because again, remember, this is before the 24-hour news cycle. I mean, TMZ existed and stuff like that, but it wasn't what it is today. And I think you had Perez Hilton, Media Takeout, and maybe 2 or 3 other big blogs. And that's where we got our information from. I remember Perez Hilton was my everyday go-to. I read Perez Hilton every day. I've always been into celebrity news. I read Perez Hilton every day, and I could be mad if I went to his blog and he hadn't updated nothing and it wasn't nothing new to talk about. I said, well, why he ain't updated it in 24 hours? What else? I remember Media Takeout. That's before they got so ridiculous. Media Takeout is just ridiculous now. I ain't read Media Takeout in so long. Sandra Rose, who she could be a little nasty, Michelle A.T. Elian, Funky Dineva, but Funky Dineva was always inconsistent with his content, just like he is now. He was always inconsistent with his content. But Funky Dineva would have stuff. But those were the places where we would get a lot of our information. There was no Instagram. There was no Twitter. There wasn't even Facebook when all this went down, I don't think. I'm almost certain it wasn't. I would have to actually check the years, but I'm almost certain. Yeah, low. Yeah, well, and that's and you know what, Cameron. That's when I stopped following Perez Hilton after that whole Will I Am situation because he really tried to play. He really tried to go Karen on Will I Am. He really tried to play victim and act like Will I Am did something to him. I mean, Will I Am did punch him in the face, but he tried to act like he ain't do nothing to Will I Am, and he really tried to play victim. And after that, I was like, you know what? And then after he had his little weight loss surgery, you really couldn't tell him nothing. He just knew he did something. After he lost all that weight, you couldn't tell Perez Hilton nothing. And I stopped really enjoying his blog because it became, in my opinion, it became very mean spirited. Yeah, Media Takeout used to have some good stories, but then they just got, again, I think just like we've talked about with Tasha K or Wendy Williams, then you're always looking for that next viral moment, you know, and so now you're just putting out anything. But yeah, Media Takeout did used to have some legit news. I don't believe nothing I read on there now, child. She had to do an interview with Diane Sawyer about it because it was starting to affect her career. Yep, because she went back to him. The reason why she had the public sympathy until she went back to him, and that's when the tide started turning. And as a matter of fact, if I remember correctly, and I don't know this to be a fact, but if I remember correctly, her record label told her, nah, no ma'am. Because y'all remember, those of you who were there, y'all have to remember this. Diddy invited the two of them to his house down in Miami, down on what he lived on, Fisher Island, Star Island, one of them islands down in Miami. He invited the two of them down there so they could talk, and he was trying to work things out. And then all the pictures started surfacing of them on the jet ski together and all of that. And that is when she had to come out and do that. She did the interview after they allegedly reconciled and broke up again. Because her record label was like, excuse me? Because the sympathy, she had the sympathy, and then the sympathy started flipping on her because they were like, well, you went back to him. That was very short-lived. And then a couple of years later, they did that song together, but that was after people kind of were over it. They were like, all right, child, they making music, fine, child. Facebook launched in 2014, but when was Facebook open to everybody? Because remember, when Facebook first launched, it wasn't open to everybody. It was only open to college students. But yeah, so Facebook was in 2014. This incident was in 2009. So it was about a 5-year window. So Facebook was around. Yeah, Facebook was around. I remember when he threw that chair out the window. Remember? I remember that. Because they were at Diddy's all-white party. Is that what it was? Okay, the all-white party. But I remember that. I remember when they were riding around on the jet ski and all that. And I was like, and that's when her public opinion turned on her. She went from being considered a victim to, oh, well, you done went back to his ass, so you get what you get. That was the attitude, like, oh, well, you went back to him, so you get what you get. Anyway, y'all, let me get off of here. El Teddy is having Silly Saturday. Somebody do me a favor. Drop El Teddy's link in the chat, please. There's 215 people in the room. If you have not hit the like button, please hit the like button. El Teddy is going live in 20 minutes for Silly Saturday. So y'all meet me over there so we can cut up. He's got something new for y'all for his sugar spike moment that y'all are not going to want to miss. Okay. I remember going all over campus to get my college email to get on Facebook. Yeah, Facebook wasn't open to everybody at first. Facebook launched in the early 2000s. Facebook opened up to the public and went downhill in 2014. I liked it being more exclusive. No problem, Moya. Yeah, there go El Teddy's channel. So y'all go over there, check El Teddy out. Like I said, we're going live over there in 20 minutes. I'm about to eat my breakfast. And I'm gonna try to get some reviews done before I get out of here. I'm going out. I'm going to see my niece this weekend. So before I get out of here. All right. I'm out, y'all. Peace.